Hello everybody, Seal here. We're back, baby. It's been like 3 weeks. I have no idea what's going on in game. I don't remember any of the controls or my hotkeys, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna die a lot. But I want to thank everyone for coming by. Today's video, we're gonna be trying a few new things. First, I am going to be much more strict with the timing on my videos. I was going over old videos, and there were a good number of comments about people requesting the videos be shorter. They were people who found me entertaining to listen to, but they didn't have the time to sit down for a 30, 40, 25-minute video. So I'm going to try and keep to a roughly 15 to 17-minute structure for my videos. And we're going to see how that works. At least for Oblivion and maybe even SteamWorld Heist. We'll see how that works for Darkest Dungeon. Because for Darkest Dungeon, I much prefer just doing one dungeon per video. So we're back. And who's ready for a Selenanil rant? Who's ready for me to just talk for a good 13, 15 minutes about one topic and never shut the fuck up about it? God damn PlayStation. Now, to the one friend of mine who is currently just snickering in his boots because I'm always so anti-Xbox Pro PS4, at least with this current generation. Again, I own both consoles. Again, I play both systems. It's not an issue of brand loyalty. It's more of an issue of I take it as it comes, right? With every system. And to be fair, I just feel the Xbox One is not as good as the PS4. That's it. But my friend who I'm talking about currently has my Xbox One because I don't use it. So I just let him and his wife and their kids borrow it so they have, you know, a gaming system to play. So he likes to, you know, give me a hard time because of how down I am on the Xbox. So
Leave here now, Redguard.
I've ridden horses with better sense than you.
It's not wide.
oh, you're causing
I don't
trouble.
think so. I'll tell you what real trouble is. It's trying to pay my debtors when there's no work. That's been the state of things since the Blackwood Company. I spit on them. Mercenaries sent by the Emperor to reclaim territory in Black. They've been undercutting us on contract. Oh? We must? Well, last I... brilliant.
Alright, what do I do now? Sorry, what? Let me read. Okay. We can do that. So, just a heads to the up. So I've been dealing with PlayStation shit. Now, I will admit, and I will say, for the most part, whenever I've had issues with my Xbox, my 360 back in the day, I could call support 1-800 for my Xbox, because I've had to do it a lot, that I just remember the phone number. I mean, it's not hard to remember. It's 1-800 for my Xbox. But
Meet children. Jobs for the Fighters Guild.
Margaret. All right.
Blessings of
Sorry, I'm trying to quest at the same time, and it's been a while, so I'm rusty. So yeah, whenever I had a problem with my 360, I would call 1-800 for my Xbox, and shit would get resolved in a pretty timely manner. Now, I will admit, anytime I'd called Xbox since the Xbox One came out, they were completely unhelpful. I had to contact support because Xbox One went backwards compatible, but the, what the fuck did you just leave her house?
How do you do?
1 second,
My
I'll
name
continue
is
in a moment.
Margaret. Professionally, I'm a trade consultant. But my real passion is out. It's a pity my busy consultant, and heavens forfend that my husband Itar devote a few stirring up trouble between Khajiits and Argonians. I suppose I've got something I could use the guild's help with. They're tough to get, but I prefer fresh, and I'll pay. I'm not.
Alrighty, so,
Good day.
excuse me. I still have a bit of a cough. Not as bad or prominent, but it exists. So, Xbox One went backwards compatible, and a game that I'm very close to 100%ing, like 5 achievements away, that's really just one playthrough of the game, which I've done in my sleep because I've played through the game about 15 times. 4 or 3 of which had all been on the same character. Where the fuck was that bar? But the, so, you know, I put the game in, all excited, I'm finally going to be able to 100% this game that I've had to put off since upgrading to an Xbox One. So I put the game in, and it's like, you cannot play your character save because it has items from this DLC content.
I've told you.
I found work for you. Did I not? Oh, I need to get her ectoplasm. God damn it. Do I have any ectoplasm? I doubt it. I have 2. Alright, so we need 3. I knew she was fucking RPG joy hopping me somehow. But that's beside the point. So I couldn't play my character save because it had content from the DLC. I'm like, well, I own the DLC. I'll go to the store and download it. And it's like, you don't own this DLC. And I'm like, of course, I own the DLC for this game on a special edition disc that came with my copy of the game because I own the collector's edition of every game in that series because I just have a huge boner for that series. So, of course, I'm like, alright, that kind of sucks. But I just need to go install that disc again. So I go and I rummage through my shit. And I eventually find my collector's edition case with the bonus DLC disc. Because again, I keep all that shit in case I'm ever going to need it again. Alright, so we're going to go find some ghosts to kill. We're probably not going to finish this quest in this video. Just warning. So I go... I put the DLC disc in, and it goes, this disc is not backwards compatible. And I'm like, why would you make the game backwards compatible? But not, you know, the DLC disc that came with the game if you paid for the collector's edition. Right? Like, what are you doing? I want to play this game. I want to finish 100%ing it. So I try, and I wait a few weeks, and I try again, hoping they fix the issue. And it never worked. So I eventually, you know, dial up 1-800 for my Xbox, backwards compatibility issue. Hello? And I'm like, hey, listen, da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, oh, well, it should work. I'm like, it doesn't. Lady, I'm not lying to you. I'm sitting here right now, putting the disc in the game, and it's telling me the disc is not backwards compatible. And she's like, well, it should work. And I was just like, I fucking hate you. And you know what? To be fair, since then, apparently the Oblivion Collector's Edition disc did work for the DLC, so they may have fixed it. But again, my system's with my friend, not on me, so I haven't been able to retest it. So that's my last sort of instance of dealing with Xbox tech support, and it didn't go well. So I had to deal with Sony tech support yesterday. Now, the last time I had to deal with Sony tech support was when my console broke when I was moving to a new apartment. My console just broke completely and stopped working. This was about 6 months after the console came out. It just completely crapped the bucket during the move. The power brick on the inside got jostled while moving. And it just decided to never work again. So they, you know, well, you're well within your 1-year warranty, sir. Of course, send us the system and we'll send you a new one right away. I'm sorry you're going to lose your save files unless you uploaded them to the cloud. yada yada yada. I was like, all right, I'm annoyed that this happened, but I mean, I also had to get my Xbox 360 replaced on the last week of the 1 year warranty. And at first, they even refused to do it because it was an issue they said wasn't covered by the warranty. I had the red ring happen because my system had gotten too hot. And the soldering that held the video chip in place had a melting point lower than the console's temperature. So it actually ended up like loosening the solder, and the video chip got moved into place. They then, of course, realized that this was an issue that was going to happen to every goddamn Xbox. And since I had contacted them before my warranty expired, they honored my warranty, which was cool of them. So, like, I'm not going into this going, oh, Sony, you know, gave me a shitty console and I needed to get it replaced. How dare they? Oh, fuck, this is too much. I gotta get out. Because, you know, Xbox had to do the same thing. No, my issue is, one, Sony intentionally hides the shit out of their contact numbers. Now, don't get me wrong, you can get around that for sure, because there were just, you know, websites dedicated to helping the consumer get those numbers that they're trying to hide. So I hunt and I scavenge and I look for the Sony number. So I call Sony up yesterday because ever since I got back, about half a week ago, my Wi-Fi on my PlayStation has been giving me 1/10 the speed it was before I left, which is ridiculous, and it's actually made it so I can't stream. And I'm not cool with that because I love streaming for you all. It's what I do with my PlayStation, and I greatly enjoy doing it. So I'm like, all right, well, this isn't good. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna figure out a way to make this work. So I call them. The phone, you know, picks up. The average wait time is less than 50 minutes, and I'm like, I hate you. First of all. So I sit there. I was playing Faria, I think. This free-to-play card tactics game, which I'm going to get super addicted to because it's super fun. And I love hex-based tactic games, and I love card games. But that's beside the point. I'll rant about that in a later video. So I called them, and I'm like, listen, ever since I've gotten back, my console and Red are in the same place they used to be, and I'm getting nowhere near as much speed as I should be, or nowhere near as much speed as I was getting just 2 weeks ago. And they were like, well, I mean, it sounds like it's an issue with your router. And I looked at them and I said, listen, my PlayStation rests on my desktop. My desktop does not have built-in wireless. It uses its wireless through a USB dongle. It is getting over 50 megabytes down and over 30 megabytes up. My PlayStation is getting 12 down and 13 up. Oh, shit. Yeah, the trap. I'm like, listen, it is not my router's problem. Everything else I have that's connected to that router is getting the proper speed. The PlayStation is the only thing having an issue. And she's like, well, I mean, we can just walk you through da-da-da-da-da-da. We could do this. We could reconnect you. And I'm just like, I've done all that. And then she, reconnects me and tries to connect me to a different DNS. I believe it was like Google's DNS, the 8.8.8 and 88.44 shenanigans. This is a hellish thing to have to fight. Where's my dragon bow? So I was like, listen, I've tried all this. The thing that you're telling me to do right now made the connection even worse. And she was like, there's just nothing on our end for troubleshooting for that. I mean, it's not the PlayStation. It has to be the router. And I'm like, it is the PlayStation. For some reason, your PlayStation is not allowing my internet to give it the speed I'm paying a ridiculous amount of money for. Well, my family is. I will eventually be paid. We are at our 15 minutes, guys. So basically, the long of the short of it, the TLDR, she basically goes, I mean, it should work. And I go, well, it isn't working. And she's like, well, it's your router. I was like, bitch, it isn't my router. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, there's literally nothing I can do. So I have my PlayStation plugged into the Ethernet now, but again, it's in an area where I have no privacy to stream, which is awful. But it is getting, 130 down and 7 up, which is bullshit, because in my room it was getting 16 up on the wireless. I don't know how plugging in directly cut my upload speed in half, but gave me, 20 times the download speed. Either way, we're going to be back. We're going to deal with these 6 monstrous zombies motherfuckers on the next episode. I want to thank you all for coming by. This has been Salerno, back for our first video since the break. Look forward to, again, our daily content and hopefully more streams. Our streams are probably going to be late night, so please check each day for a new stream. I greatly appreciate it.